everybody? I'm Jermaine McKay, your favorite sports analyst with
James Gerwin.
and y'all finna get served with J&J Sports episode 44. How you feeling, James?
I feel fantastic. We're at 44. We're really close to 50. So y'all keep watching, please, and remember to like and subscribe.
Definitely like and subscribe. We got a lot of good topics for y'all, and we will be on Twitch. But we're gonna dive right into it. You already know. First topic up, man. We got NFL football. So there's been a debate of who had the biggest comeback between Baker Mayfield and Damar Hamlin. Now, if we look at kind of, Damar Hamlin, we kind of already know his story. We kind of covered him early on in our, show. And so according to Joe Flacco, he feels that Damar Hamlin deserves the Comeback Player of the Year award. Ever since his heart stopped in that major game against the Bengals. I mean, that was a crazy experience. That was a crazy thing that we had to cover, and it was kind of tough for us to kind of really cover that. But just to get us started, man, which player you think had a more horrifying story? You think?
Oh, definitely Damar Hamlin.
Yeah.
I mean, he pretty much, for all intents and purposes, was dead there on the football field, and they had to revive him, get his heart back started.
Right.
And I think they just stopped the game at that point because really there are things that are more important than sports and finishing the game and everything. Preservation of life, that's takes precedence.
And honestly, I feel like if they would have kept playing the game, I feel like, that's, some things need to be talked about because, your health, life is definitely more important than any sport.
How could any of the Bills continue to play?
Right.
When their brother is there and he's hurt. I mean, not just hurt, like he died.
Yeah.
So that's
right for a few minutes. So, and shout out to the Bengals too for standing down as well and understanding that, and that hit the whole world. That wasn't just Bills City type thing. That
wasn't
hit
just stuck in
that
the
was
NFL,
worldwide right there. So, that I would agree, man. I said like when his heart collapsed in Cincinnati last year, it shocked the world, and the Bills they canceled a couple games after that. So, in support of him. So, but as far as Baker Mayfield, man, if we just look at his career, man, he played 4 different teams within 18 months. Joining Tampa, he led them to the 3rd straight NFC South title and stopping Philadelphia in their recent wild card game. Honestly, I feel like people are misconstrued between Mayfield and Hamlin. I feel like Hamlin's story is more of a life or death type of comeback, and his is more like a career type comeback. So you can't really compare the two. You know what I mean?
They should have something like NFL journeyman, so someone who's been able to produce on multiple teams in order to kind of switch this up, because then that way we can have someone who has a serious injury or possibly died like Hamlin did.
Yeah.
And they were able to get the comeback player award that they deserve. I think.
Yeah, exactly. I think people are trying to compare, and you really can't, because like I said, Baker Mayfield hasn't had a life or death type situation in the game. So you can't really compare the two. And that kind of goes into our second question, man. What is, to you, the difference in the players' comebacks?
Definitely with Damar Hamlin, he came back from something very serious.
Yeah.
Whereas Baker Mayfield, he was kind of set out in the cold by Cleveland. As soon as they found Deshaun Watson, it was pretty much like, okay, well, we don't have any more use for you. And he was producing for that team.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of surprises me about the whole situation. I feel like.
And not saying his story isn't valid or important. It's different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he has been a lot of fun to watch. Playing with the different teams. He did some work with the Rams. That was fun.
Yeah, he's always been snapping. And with Tampa, it seemed like ever since he got with them, he's been doing great. He's been producing great. I just seen a Pro Bowl game with him recently. Playing good. So like I said, for me, Damar Hamlin, like I said, he had a more emotional life or death type comeback, which is more serious versus Baker Mayfield is like a most improved player type, and he's getting the credit he deserves. It seems like he's doing good with Tampa. It seems like he kind of like it over there. So
I hope he settles in there and they sign him long term.
Yeah, I hope so too. Like I said, he's definitely deserves the comeback of the year award, um, for sure. And just to kind of end this one off, James, will this topic open up more discussion for other sports? Um, and what is your most inspiring player comeback story like for you?
Well, for me, I really did enjoy the Dak Prescott comeback in 2020 after he had that not just a dislocation but
Yeah.
break on his ankle. And I remember seeing it on TV. It looked horrible,
Wow.
but he came back and he played well. He brought the his team to the playoffs and even won a playoff game there. So
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. And honestly, for me, well, for the first part of the question, this definitely going to open up some topics for because a lot of people forget about these other sports and how they came back. Like for me, it would be Paul George. I don't know if you seen this game, but he broke his ankle completely in the All Star game. I remember James Harden was following up behind him as he was doing a layup, and the way he landed, his whole ankle made an L, and it was one of those types, and it was just disturbing to see, man. And like I said, a lot of players don't come back from that type of stuff. You know what I mean?
they just retire. That's it.
That's it. And he was young. So my thing is the fact that he took some time out and it was able to get his mental and stability, strength back to play again, and now he's playing with the Clippers, almost averaging 30. So that's the most kind of inspiring story that makes you feel like you can do it. It doesn't matter what happens. You can. It's how your story ends.
Exactly.
Really. Yeah. So shout out to him. Shout out to the Clippers, man. They have been, man. They're number one in the West right now.
Yeah, and they made the move. They made all the right moves here in the
Man,
offseason.
and a lot of people was talking bad about Russ, but they're not saying too much now. Definitely. But before I get into our next topic, I got a few I got an NFL news of the day topic, and this one is kind of surprising. Well, not really, but I didn't really see it coming. So, Patrick Mahomes' dad was arrested for DUI, the third time in Texas, and could be facing up to 10 years in prison. James, have you heard anything about this?
I heard about this, and I don't think he's getting 10 years. His son is going to get him a fantastic lawyer, and hopefully, I mean, it sounds like he might have some sort of a problem. So maybe also get him the help that he needs.
Rehab. Yeah, I think something definitely along those lines because you don't want that. I mean, I feel like this is the wrong timing for this type of thing. The Super Bowl game is a few days away. Do you think this is going to be a distraction for Mahomes, or is this you think it's not going to really phase him? You think?
I think Mahomes, he's a professional, and I think he was probably concerned for his father.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't think that that's going to affect his play at all. Considering that the Chiefs are 2-point underdogs right now against the 49ers, I think that's lit a fire inside every Kansas City player, if you think about it.
Definitely. So I already know he's going to give us all in this game. Y'all let us know how y'all feel about this situation and just NFL in general right now and who y'all predict going to win the Super Bowl game. But our next topic.
J&J Sports, coming to y'all with more in 2024.